With the release of the Tesla Cybertruck, GM repurposing the Hummer name, and Ford unveiling an all-electric pickup truck, and countless other coming to market, we figured it was time to take a deep dive into these pickup trucks and figure out what's the hype with electric trucks. If you're new here, I'm Fuller from Custom Offsets, and typically you're going to see us working with some massive lifted show builds and figuring out just how big of a wheel and tire setup we can fit. But today, we're actually switching gears a little bit. So, everyone has probably heard of Tesla at this point, and they aren't really in that new category anymore, as more and more people are picking up the Model S, the Model 3, the Model X, and placing orders for the brand new Model Y. Now, I won't just blow right over Tesla, but I do want to mention a few more electric truck manufacturers that don't receive as much spotlight. First things first, we've got Rivia and the R1T. So these guys recently received over $1.2 billion in funding from Amazon and Ford, ironically. Amazon made a contract with Rivia to develop the next generation of Amazon delivery truck that is fully electric, as you may have guessed. It's focused on safety and driver comfort all at the same time. So right now, Rivia estimates their truck will travel over 400 miles on a full charge, go from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds, and it can drive through 3 feet of water, which I don't really understand why you need that, but it can do it. It's got the equivalent of 750 horsepower, 829 foot-pounds of torque, and uses a quad motor setup to tow 11,000 pounds, which is about the same as an F-150 towing capacity, by the way. When it comes to speed, I just want to point out a couple of other vehicles that can go 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. So you're looking at a C7 Z06 Corvette, a Ferrari 488 GTB, or a 911 GT3 RS, all very respectable cars. So if Amazon is looking to replace all or at least part of their fleet with electric vehicles, wouldn't that make you inclined to at least consider replacing your truck with an electric one? So these things can still tow, they can still off-road, and they are way faster than your standard pickups. Specifically on the R1T, the feature that I think sets it apart from the rest is the quad motors that I mentioned earlier. This means that each wheel can be powered separately, so when it comes to off-roading, you're going to have a really capable vehicle, and you can use the torque vectoring to do important things like donuts. It's very important. As far as domestic manufacturers, both Ford and GM are expanding their electric footprint and are developing new electric trucks. Ford wants to bring 16 electric vehicles to market before 2022, and they've already gotten a start on that with the Mustang Mach-E. But get this, Ford actually invested $500 million in Rivia and plans to use their base platform to build the all-electric F-150 at the main truck plant in Dearborn, Michigan. Obviously, since it uses the same platform as the R1T, you can expect very similar performance, which means this will be the fastest F-150 in the entire F-Series lineup. Now, if you're the kind of guy or gal that's just a, die-hard, fire-breathing, gas-guzzling, noise-making, straight-piped V8 kind of person, I don't want to lose you just yet. I too was all about that until Tesla borrowed me a Model S P100D, and it totally changed my mind. Yeah, sure, you can talk about how you'll miss the sound, but the power though, the power is insane, and that's what's going to make these trucks appeal to people. Combine that with some of the best interior technology, awesome add-ons, autopilot, and you're getting probably the best vehicle on the market for not that much more money than any other truck. Tesla is doing a great job of that. Their truck starts at around 40 grand, and the R1T is a bit over 60 grand. So when you look at all the standard features and compare it to a well-optioned F-150 or Silverado, the prices are very comparable. Of course, we couldn't not include GM in this video. You guys may have seen the Super Bowl commercial or the Facebook ads for the all-new Hummer, which, you guessed it, will be all electric. GM actually partnered with LG on this project and plans to build their own gigafactory to rival Tesla's battery manufacturing plant. Cadillac will get an electric SUV, and GMC will have the electric pickup truck, which will look very similar to the same pickups that we see today, but they're going to take on the Hummer nameplate. Information about the Hummer is quite scarce, but we have heard that it'll be a low-volume pickup available in 2021 with 1,000 horsepower, over 11,000 foot-pounds of torque, and blasts from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. Now, from our experience with a couple of Model X's and Model S's, we know that you can still bolt on wheels just like any other car or truck, and it won't mess with those fancy electronics. And since most of the trucks are coming from factory on air suspension, you don't really have to worry about a lift kit, for now anyway, to fit something that is larger than stock. But obviously it will still limit you on what you can actually bolt on there. Now, I have no doubt that eventually someone will design a lift kit for these electric pickup trucks, because automotive enthusiasts like me and like you will always find a way to customize things. Another manufacturer you might not have heard of is Bollinger and their B2 pickup, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you get the point. These guys have already been at it for 4 or 5 years and have managed to make a prototype truck that kind of resembles like a G-Wagon, an H1 Hummer, and a Jeep Gladiator all wrapped up into one. This truck features a fold-away cab wall that allows you to haul cargo that's 16 feet long without it actually sticking out of the vehicle. The truck itself has a payload capacity of 5,000 pounds, which means you can stack up 125 sheets of half-inch plywood and throw it in the truck and you'll be just fine. So just like gas trucks of the past, this beast is manufactured right in Detroit, but it starts at $125,000, so that's gonna put a dent in the old wallet. So, could you see yourself driving one of these new electric pickups, or is this all just too futuristic? Let us know down in the comments below if these electric trucks live up to the hype. Peace. Okay, let's get lunch.